In my recent shifter breakdown video, I talked about how the Wildhunt Shifter combined with Barbarian combined with Great Weapons Master is a very neat and pretty powerful package for a striker. And it's only a 2-level dip that you really need in Barbarian to get Reckless Attack. After that point, you have a lot of flexibility in a bunch of different things you can do. You can go deeper into Barbarian, but you can also begin multi-classing and go explore some pretty interesting multi-classes. We're going to explore one of those today with the Barbadin, the Barbarian Paladin Multiclass. So as you would expect, we are a Wildhunt Shifter. We're going to take a +2/+1 stat array. We're going to put +2 in Strength and +1 into Charisma. At the end of the day, we're going to have 16 Strength, 14 Dex, 14 Constitution, 8 Intelligence, 9 Wisdom, and 14 Charisma. At level 1, we're going to take Paladin. Now this is a bit of an investment level. We'd probably be a little bit stronger if we took Barbarian here, but we're not going to really need Constitution saves all that badly, but we are really going to need our Wisdom saves to be good, and because our Wisdom saves start out so poor, we really want Paladin's Wisdom save here. So this is a bit of an investment level. Once we have proficiency in Wisdom saves and we eventually get our Aura of Protection buff, then we are going to be looking pretty good at defending against those Wisdom saves, which are pretty much the bane of all martials. That's why we're going into Paladin 1. We're going to start the game off. We have our heavy armor, and we're going to be using a shield as well. At level 2, we're going to pick up Barbarian 1. At this point, we're going to drop our heavy armor for medium armor, and we're going to use medium armor throughout. We're not going to use unarmored defense here. At level 3, we're going to pick up Barbarian 2, and we're going to get the much needed Reckless Attack. You don't need to be raging to Reckless Attack, so there's going to be a lot of times that we're still Reckless Attacking and not raging. So we're going to have the balance between our Rage, kind of second form, and Shifter, another second form, and we have to choose which one we're going to use in which situation. The Rage is going to be great for when we're fighting somebody who's doing a lot of piercing, bludgeoning, or slashing damage. Gives us a lot of defensive buffs in that case. But if we're fighting someone who's doing any other sort of damage, it's almost worthless for us. Whereas the Wild Hunt side of things, so long as we can keep them close to us, they're not going to have advantage against us even if we're recklessly attacking. But if they are attacking us from greater ranges, then it might not give us any value. So we have to analyze the situation and decide which form is going to be best for us in that moment. But if you don't know the synergy here, Reckless Attack lets us attack anyone at advantage, but they can attack us at advantage back. When we're in the Wild Hunt form from the Shifter, we cannot be attacked at advantage by anyone within 30 feet of us. So we're getting advantage on every single attack, and they're not getting advantage back. Fantastic synergy. After Barbarian 2, we're going to bounce back into Paladin 2. We're going to pick up the defense fighting style, so we're going to have a pretty solid AC. So our defenses are better than most Barbarians. Most Barbarians don't have this high of an AC, and they're more often getting attacked at advantage anyways, so we're going to be taking fewer hits than most Barbarians. We're going to be taking Wrathful Smite because it's an absolutely bonkers spell. Now you might be saying, well, Rage and spells don't synergize, but again, we're not going to be raging all that often. Rage is basically we treat it as a concentration spell with this build as opposed to the core of what we do. We really don't need it in every combat. Another good spell at this level is definitely Bless. That's one I'd throw on, and you really can be flexible with whatever you want because Paladins can switch their spells out. I'm just giving a couple of my favorites here. At level 5, we're picking up Paladin 3. Any oath works. Pick your poison, do what you want. Paladins are really just solid in and of themselves. Their subclasses are pretty dang secondary. So really whatever flavor fits best for you, go ahead. I chose Oath of the Watchers here. Now our Channel Divinity with Oath of the Watchers allows us to have advantage on our Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charisma saving throws, and we can share that with some teammates, but we have to predict it because it is an action. So if we are going into a combat, it's best to do it right before the combat, maybe on your first turn, but it is kind of expensive as a full action, so use it wisely. At Paladin 4, our level 6, we pick up our Great Weapon Master. This has excellent synergy with Reckless Attack, as I talked about before. And what's really nice is that because we are constantly attacking with advantage, we're going to get more crits, which means we're going to get more crit smites. Fantastic synergy. It also means that when we get more crits, we're going to get to use Great Weapon Master's bonus action attack more often. So all the synergies, like this just synergizes so well with Great Weapon Master. It just makes us a really mean striker. Not only that, we're going to be a mean striker with a high AC and eventually really good saves as well. So we're just a mean ball of fury. At this point, we are dropping our shield, so our AC will be a bit less, but well worth it to have the Great Sword. At Paladin 5, we're going to be picking up multi-attack. We're also going to get some more Paladin spells here. Aid has pretty dang good synergy with Rage because the hit points go further and they don't interfere with each other. Kind of similar with Find Steed. Find Steed, you cast it far before and you can run into combat with your steed. Goes really well with Barbarian where we can Rage and have our steed and be recklessly attacking. It all comes together quite nicely. Another spell to consider is kind of Prayer of Healing, something to do in between combats to get your HP up high again before going into the next combat. At Paladin 6, our level 8, we're going to get Aura of Protection. Here we have a +2 to our aura, so all of our saving throws have a +2 at this point. Our wisdom saves are going to have a +5, which has to be -1 because of our poor stats, so we have a +4 in our wisdom. Not bad, not fantastic, but not bad. That is something to be said about this build, is we have lower charisma than most paladins, so our aura of protection isn't actually as good. It just goes to show how powerful aura of protection is, that even the +2 to us and our teammates is fantastic. At Paladin 7, our level 9, we're going to pick up another aura. This gives us a bonus to all of our initiative rolls, to us and anyone around us, which is more often than not going to be everyone. Fantastic. At Paladin 8, I'm going to pick up Polearm Master. Time to drop our great sword for a halberd. That extra attack is absolutely crazy with this build. Just gives us more chances for crits, more chances to use our great weapon master. Just makes everything work better on the offensive end. But if you're wanting to boost the defense, I suggest a charisma bump to increase all of our saves to +3. So kind of a choice here, but I went with the aggressive option. At Paladin 9, our level 11, we're going to pick up our 3rd level spells. This isn't really our focus, but we can take spells that round out our squad. If we don't have Revivify, we can take it now. If we need more healing, we can do Aura of Vitality. Spell Magic can be part of us. Even though we're not going to be able to be fantastic at spelling all magic, it's still nice to have in our back pocket, even if it's outside of combat. But basically, we're just trying to round out team's weaknesses with our 3rd level spells. At this point, I will just say you go Paladin X to the rest, with your capstone being all of your auras extend in their reach. As far as our upcoming ASIs, I would focus on buffing either our strength or our charisma, whether you're focused on attacking or if you're focused on more saving throw defenses. I probably would lean towards the saving throw defenses, because as good as it is to have plus strength, constantly having advantage really means that our need for a high to hit is lessened. Not disappeared, but is lessened compared to other paladins. We're going to struggle in long range situations. Javelins are our best option, and this is going to continue being a problem until we finally pick up Greater Steed, but that's probably going to be later than the campaign's actually going to go. On top of that, another weakness of ours is definitely stealth. We're pretty garbage at stealth through our whole career. I just want to reiterate how hard we hit. It's going to be awesome when you're using a great weapon master attack, crit, and smite. All of those combined is going to be a ton of damage in a single attack. This only gets better once we get improved Divine Smite. That is going to make our crits and just our basic attacks do even more damage. So we're hitting like a freaking truck for the majority of our career. So this has been the Wildhunt Shifter Barbadin. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you would do to make this character even cooler, or what you would do with that same core combo. The Great Weapon Master, the Wildhunt Reckless Attack. Once you combine those three things, let me know what kind of builds you would come up with that core principle. But other than that, I hope you have yourselves a lovely day, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.